All right. Delta Green session 15. 15.
Crazy.
Crazy indeed. When we last left off, you guys were trying to escape the Dorchester House, and you interfaced with a gentleman, and frankly, somebody. I think it was. Of course, I have all my notes in front of me. Interfaced, yes. There was an individual that you had met prior that said that there is somebody that could help you get out of the Dorchester House. And I believe, I have to look at my notes, but I think it wasn't Mr. Wild. It was,
I think it was Wild.
It was Mr. Wild. It was Mr.
Wild. Pointed us toward the guy's name that he pointed us towards.
King Bale.
King Bale.
I looked at that and I'm like, I can't be right. It's King in yellow, but no, that's right. There's a bunch of kings. It was King Bale. Bale.
And King Bale had said, hey, this is how he was sitting in like a room with a bunch of books around him and in the darkness for the most part. Said, yeah, this is what you got to do. You got to find the yellow path, right? And I think that was the case. And so you found the yellow path in a room at the end, which ended up being a huge theater, large theater, good-sized theater, where you were escorted in and shown towards the front. And as you took seats, you noticed people in the audience that were already in place as you arrived. And a couple of you had gone onto the stage. I think...
Let me interrupt just for a sec. I think when we followed the yellow brick road, we actually met Bale on the phone in that little scene in the weird room. Did we not?
Yes, the weird
room. And then he
books.
Directed us towards the theater and gave us some instructions to follow.
That's right. I got the yellow path wrong. You're right. Correct.
I just want to make sure that I'm remembering correctly.
You're right. The yellow path took you to Bale, and then he said, "Hey, yep,
yes."
Apologies.
Got it.
He said when the curtain closes, we'll be together, and then you'll hear the gong and the clown. Yep. We're like, what is all of that?
Hang a gong, get a
gong.
The
liquid is the key to the real world, is what he told us.
That's right. Thanks, Lou.
Oh, and I drank that shit.
And yes, Agent Maya has so there was a performance on stage. It was, a paper dragon going through.
Oh yeah. With
yes.
The clown.
And then the figure, the small figure dressed up as a clown with the paper dragon, or the dragon that was dancing around on stage, kind of tumbles to the ground. And Bale does eventually show up, but so there's the gong that goes off when you arrive. The kind of the audience members are figures of people that you know that have. I think where did they pass? Yes,
people who are dead, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Pappy Roland was there,
That's right.
And I went to go talk to him and touch his arm, and then he disappeared into red mist.
That's right.
Like a little thing it shot out of the seat or something.
Bottom of the seat.
So strange.
That was the weirdest part, man. Of all the weird shit, that was the weirdest. Yeah.
So there was some liquid that was from the seats that had been gathered, and then Bale had shown up, and there was a point.
The usher gave me a letter.
Yes.
It said, watch until the end of the exit is near. The clown has something you need. Wait for the dance to end. Signed, B.
That's right.
B. Bale.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
And the show ended, and then Bale had come and arrived and said, the Patsu is the way out. and it was in the liquid that had come from the seats in the theater. And Agent Maya was like, bottoms up.
I don't think I knew that. I don't think I knew it was the seat juice that I was drinking.
Yeah.
God damn.
I thought Mantillo did it first. I thought Mantillo was like,
I did it first. No,
okay.
Maya chugged it.
All right.
Then Mantillo.
You were trying to drink it, and it was receding up in like opposite.
That's right.
Gravity.
Yes. And Mantillo, essentially Mantillo and Maya consume the liquid, and they pass out onto the ground. And Agent Mignon, a.k.a. Jerry Gladstone, is standing there wondering what to do.
Yes,
that's where we left off.
Yes, I am holding the Patsu liquid, contemplating what to do. Is what
that's right.
I would love to just walk around and explore by myself while they're passed out. But I don't think I can. I'm probably a little shaken, and I think I'm just going to put the liquid to my lips and see what happens.
Harry.
The music comes to a crescendo. Jerry takes the drink of the liquid, and we zoom out of the scene. His eyes kind of stare up into what appears to be nothing. And he passes out and hits the floor. Thump. And then it goes black.
And Kurt.
And
the end.
Scene.
It's a short session today, guys.
Right.
Did rocks just fall? I think.
So, Lou, Agent Gladstone, Jerry, Agent Mignon, Jerry Gladstone. You woke up, you are
you awaken.
You awaken, and you awaken.
English is hard.
It's wake hard, read good.
So much for the tone of Delta Green.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm not helping matters. So you seem to be lying on a what appears to be like you wake up and you're in your bed from where you are staying in Boston. There's a bit of sunshine that's breaking through the window. And there's a certain aroma coming from not too far off. It smells like a little bit of garbage, probably coming from a little trash can. I think you were staying in a hotel, if I'm not mistaken, in Boston.
I was, because I was on my my signing tour for my books.
That's right. And you feel as though I would say that your first like thoughts of when you become conscious and aware of where you are is like that was probably the most vivid dream you've ever encountered, even past New York. Like you're not even sure. It takes you a brief second to even understand where you are. Like you're just, I don't know if any of you have gone to like a hotel room and woken up and thought you were at home and then only realized that you're not. And you're like, whoa, that's right. I'm in a hotel room in Cleveland, or in this case.
I've had a lot of dreams of New York over the years.
You have, right.
That are in my best-selling books. So I grab the notebook that I always keep on the side table. So, because every time I wake up, I jot everything down that never happened to me. And I am just feverishly writing in this book. Like I'm literally breaking the point off of the pencil as I'm writing.
Okay. And as you do that, go ahead and give me a 2d6 roll. slash R every slash R.
You realize I do that every
You
single
do,
time.
and that's okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
You're consistent.
I don't know.
Whoa! So
About
you're
pink dice.
to take 6 sanity damage.
And you know what happens if you take 5 or more at a time?
Bond. Burn a bond.
You can burn a bond.
Burn a bond.
Although I don't know how many bonds Agent Mignon still has.
So before I go through this, do I know what day it is?
You're not sure yet. Well, yeah, I guess as this starts to take shape and you become conscious in where you are,
Okay.
I'm guessing you would be like looking at your watch. What time is it? What day is it? Where am I? I'm in the hotel room. It's
Okay, so I am going to project this onto Billy High Five.
Okay.
My agent that I've never met, only online. And I think because I'm realizing that I may have missed some of my signings, and he's going to be super pissed. Super pissed. So I have to spend my willpower and roll a 1d4 and reduce it by that much. Okay. So that means I still lose 3.
okay.
And then he drops down. He's down to 13.
He
We had a real good.
Yeah, he's
We were like tight.
pretty
Pretty
high.
That die
as
roll
tight
is
as online guys could be. So,
kind of cool. That die roll is used 3 ways, right? Reduce the sanity damage, reduce the willpower, and reduce the bond. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah. And I still have 1 willpower, so I'm good.
You have 1 willpower?
No, I have at least 1. As long as I have at least 1, I can do all that stuff. I'm still good. I have 9 willpower left. It's been getting chipped away this whole program. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm worrying about is my my signing.
So it is the next day, the day after you went to the Dorchester House. Which is, I think, I'd have to look at my damn calendar, but because I think we spent like 3 or 4 sessions, or I think it's been like 2 or 3 sessions since a date was even relevant.
Yes.
So, which I'm still struggling with because I may not believe I even went. I have to figure out if that was just something I dreamt or if I really did meet up with Maya and Mantillo.
Yeah, I would say you're in your clothes. You have everything that you should have. You got your wallet, your cars, your keys. Right. Your hotel key.
So I think it's just happening again. Is literally what I think. I think it's just happening again. Seeing the 2 of them, which I'm pretty sure I did. Whether or not we actually did gallivanting anywhere, I'm not sure. I'll have to see what happens.
I would say that you probably have a Jimmy John's napkin probably in your pocket.
That's interesting. So,
or pizza.
You know
the
what?
Pizza. The pizza.
You know what I have? You know what I have in my pocket?
What?
A Post-it that says, "Dear Ed, thanks for the note. It was interesting meeting you today. Is there anywhere we can talk without the staff being aware? Your buddy Jerry." That's what's in my pocket.
That's still in your pocket.
That is in my pocket.
All right.
And it just comes. I just sink back into the bed and close my eyes for a minute.
Okay. Maya.
Present.
Your situation isn't wholly different. You are you awake in your apartment in Boston. And you are on the floor in your living room. And something awakes you. Could be a bird or something chirping on the outside. You don't own any pets, do you?
Maya does not have pets. Not a pet girl.
And then, go ahead.
So I think Maya's not like a heavy drinking, hard partying type,
right.
But I think she certainly has had experiences where you kind of have that moment, like you're describing, Sean. You're like, kind of, where am I, kind of thing. But it takes her a minute to orient. She looks around. She has that taste in her mouth. She sits up on her elbows, narrows her eyes. I think, is it daytime? Is there sun coming in the window?
Yep, it's probably mid morning.
Shields her eyes a little bit and is completely disoriented. Doesn't, she's not even putting two and two together like she's somewhere different, and that any of the stuff that we've been experiencing, none of that's in her head right now. She's more like, just like, what time is it? So she's looking for her phone, her watch. What is she dressed in, and does she have her phone or her watch nearby?
Same clothes, same clothes
blanket on her.
Yeah, so same clothes, same look. If you had a watch on when you were, with Mignon and Mantillo, the watch is still on your wrist.
When we went to the asylum, she's wearing that garb.
Yeah. Yep. All your street clothes. Yeah. The what you were wearing when you went there. You have your. If you would carry your sidearm, typically you would have that as well, and your
So Maya would typically take her shoes or boots off and leave them by the door. Is she wearing them, or are they by the door?
You're wearing them.
All right. So she's like, that lets her know, like, even stumbling in drunk the few times that she kind of, gets into that situation, she doesn't like come in and just pass it on the floor with her boots on, fully dressed. So she stands, makes her way to her kitchen, which I'm picturing in this little apartment is, within easy reach of where she was sleeping. Gets a glass of water, downs it, goes into the bathroom mirror, looks herself in the mirror, and is just like, what the fuck? What was that? And I think she's now, unless you tell me otherwise, she's starting to remember this like whole thing where they were at the asylum and they couldn't get out of the space they found themselves in, and they had to drink this fluid, and she's just goes back into the living room, sits on the sofa with her glass of water, and is probably just lost in thought for a little while.
Now let's see what that lost in thought looks like with a 2d6 roll, please.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she's also going to burn a bond. And if I remember correctly, she's actually, when we advanced 20 years, right?
Yep.
I think she adapted to violence. Is that right? Or has hard experience, I think.
I think there's been an adaptation to either helplessness or violence with one or two of you guys.
Yep. I think it's violence. But she's lost.
Yeah, this wasn't violence. Yeah. So.
Well, what I'm saying is she's lost one of her bonds. So Eloise, remember her girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
I think we described that one of the reasons why she's in Boston is because she tried to get some separation, some distance, because Eloise decided to not leave her husband for Maya. So that whole thing has been sort of train wrecked. So I'm going to roll a D4.
So you still had her as a bond?
No, she's an eliminated bond.
Oh, okay.
I did, but when we fast forward to 20 years, she's no longer a bond.
Right.
Yeah, I did the same thing with Pappy Roland. He died, so I crossed him off as one of them.
The worst of all results. I'm still going to take the.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am knocking down her relationship with her brother from 10 to 9. And when she meets up with him again, we'll find out what that looks like. I would imagine he's probably getting into trouble again with drugs or just with the wrong types of people. Maybe he hasn't looked after Carlos, her father, the way that they agreed when she last saw him. So she takes 1 willpower damage. She takes 1 damage to the relationship with Jesus, her brother, and then she takes 7 sanity damage. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Yeah, because that is going to bring on
temporary insanity.
Yeah.
And a condition, I believe.
Yes. And losing 5 or more, your agent loses self-control, called temporary insanity. For a short time, you cannot control your agent's actions. Your permanent brain switches to panic. You have to do one of 3: flee, struggle, or submit.
Flee, struggle, or submit. So struggle makes no sense here. I think she's going to flee. I think on the sofa, Maya's phone comes up in her hand, and her eyes are kind of dilated, and she's just doesn't look herself. And she starts looking for flights. She's like, in her head, fuck this. No way. I'm not doing this. So she starts looking for flights back to probably like Albuquerque, where her dad is, in New Mexico. She's just like, nope, I'm not doing this. This wasn't a Delta Green operation. This wasn't the real deal, that we're being drawn in by like flies in a trap. Nope, I'm not doing this. So Sean, she spent some time, unless you tell me otherwise, she spent some time on the sofa, like making an itinerary to leave.
You can even call a taxi and just try, go.
Yep.
You don't even have it.
She'll do that, Lou. If she gets a plane ticket, she'll then go to the airport. She'll pack like a duffel bag and she'll go. Sean's like, shit.
Didn't see that one coming.
So
how can you? She has to flee her apartment, dude. Yep.
Your agent must do this for a number of turns equal to his or her constitution.
Oh, okay.
Whereupon your agent falls to the ground exhausted, or until your agent feels safe, whichever happens first.
Okay. Mind if I retcon then, Sean?
Yeah, by all means.
It's a little more immediate and here and now. I think then the next thing we see is she probably even leaves her phone, when she's looking at her phone and kind of trying to get the date right, how long were we gone? And when she realizes, when she puts it all together, then she just flings her phone on the sofa. And the next thing you see is like her door slamming and she's out, just beating feet down the stairs. She's just trying to put distance between herself and the apartment and this whole situation. So if we're talking 13 rounds is what's around 10 seconds, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of minutes of her probably running down the street, full speed. And I think as we described before, Maya's kept herself in good shape. She's got a con of 13. She's an Army girl. She's a marshal. Girl can run. So she's, she is running.
Maybe she's trying to grab onto, things that are real, like the pizza place at the corner and, the coffee shop. And maybe Joe, the newspaper guy's there. And, when you start. Yeah.
I'm picturing a lot of swearing too. Just, a lot of shaking her head and swearing to herself. Just like, what was that? So she's just out into the real world.
There's a mail carrier. Walk
in her building?
No, well, probably outside.
Outside, okay.
A mailman. Is it a mailman?
Not the mailman.
I'm just checking.
That would have been a good one. Like, hey, there's mailman.
It is a mailman, not the mailman.
So for those of you that don't remember, there used to be a player by the name of Craig Shipman from Third Floor Wars that played the character Agent Mailman. No, it is not that Agent Mailman,
okay,
although it would be funny if I would have just been like, now you see, do you remember that Agent Mailman guy? But no, it's a mail carrier walking down the street that sees you, you see him every so often that delivers mail to your house, like on days off and things of that nature. And he, like kind of stunned at seeing you and running out of your apartment building and tries to say hello and just kind of shocked at where is the woman? Like, and he's kind of looking around, wondering if you're being chased. And then he kind of watches you for a bit and looks around to see if anybody else notices you. And it's just a little odd. And then he continues to go on with his route. But you notice him, you recognize him, and you just I imagine you just blow right by him.
Recognize him from he is the male guy.
Yeah, he's the male
area.
guy. Everybody knows who their male guy is, right?
Yep. So that feels kind of like, it's like Lou said, that feels real to her. So she runs for the place where she gets coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
She runs for her favorite little like crepe place for dessert.
Sure.
The little French place. And she's just trying to like get her hands on things that make her feel grounded. Yeah, she's pounding the pavement.
They're like looking at you. You're in like your regular business casual, probably sweating your ass off.
Yes, absolutely.
The barista that notices you and probably takes your order at least once or every.
So Sean,
yeah,
she's when Maya runs up and she's sweating, right? Her hair's plastered to her forehead. Maybe we're at the end of the rounds where she has to flee a certain distance, and she's like, "You got to give me my usual. Give me the usual." Right? So she's hoping that the barista knows what she wants, right?
She's like,
the latte, Sean.
Is it? I know what I was going to say. A vanilla latte with.
It's a latte.
Whatever.
It's going to be like a red eye.
Yeah. right. With like 5 with 5 shots of espresso, right?
And a dash of milk.
What are you saying?
Because that's going to help the anxiety.
Right. That'll calm you down.
And it's extra grande.
Yeah.
Big, tall coffee. Does she get the coffee she expects?
She gets the coffee she expects. Of course, she's like,
that calms her down.
Yeah. Okay.
She's like, oh.
And on the cup it says Lupita on it.
Oh, look at that.
So
nice.
You're like, you get it's spelled right and everything.
Yeah.
Like Lupita.
All right. Yep. She's like, yes, right here. Grabs her coffee. I think after that, she's right across the street on like a park bench in the little park, drinking, catching her breath, just like, oh, all right. I'm back. This is real.
Okay.
Just appreciates the sights and sounds of the city.
Yeah, and as you're sitting there, the cool air hits you. Even though it's warm, I think are we still in the September time frame, I think? Yeah. So
you tell us.
It's September. I think it started in September.
It's the first week of September.
In September.
She did not hit her breaking point, correct, Harrigan?
That's a good question.
Ooh.
Breaking point.
Is that then you would obtain a disorder?
That's right.
Looking for it, and I'm sure she did because she was already pretty close. Where the hell is her breaking point?
It might not be listed. I think it's like half of your sanity.
No, here it is. Oh, 39. She's not hit it. She's at 43 san. Breaking point's 39.
Okay.
All right. You don't want to join the club?
Not yet, apparently. Stand by.
Stand by.
I also read that because I have 2 disorders, anytime my agent loses sanity, I must make a follow-up sanity check.
Because it can trigger the other disorder.
Yes.
That's right. I forgot about
that. If I fail, the agent's disorder takes over. And if it's more than one, the handler decides which one comes to the fore.
I'm glad you brought that up. I totally forgot about it. I was listening to the Glass Cannon run Delta Green, and they brought this rule up, like, because you can go to treatment for a disorder and cure it or heal it, but if you run into this situation, it can come back.
It could resurface.
Yes.
So I guess let's see.
What are your disorders, Lou?
My disorders are my depersonalization disorder, which is the one where the things that happen to me, I don't think they happen to me.
Yeah, you kind
And the
of always
second
do
one that I obtained is depression.
Oh, I'm so
So-
sorry.
I think the depression's probably the worst.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna have a fun
Well,
group.
We don't have to worry about it right now. So neither of them rear their head.
Well done. Way to keep it together, Jerry.
Indeed.
So we have Maya on a park bench in Boston, a few blocks from her house. And we've got Jerry in his hotel room.
He is in his hotel room. Again, dealing with his issues, and somehow he's able to deal. He's got a few coping mechanisms. He takes that Post-it and sticks it in his writing journal, and he's trying to think. Maybe he woke up or wrote that himself, like as part of the dream, and just kind of stuck it in there, and he'll figure it out later. But he's not entirely sure that any of that stuff happened.
Okay.
And then he will make his way outside, and he'll probably walk by the bookstore that he was supposed to do the signing at. And when he does, he looks in the window where the sign, Jerry Gladstone, and having his books, is not in the window. And it was supposed to be like 2 or 3 days of signing. And then when he walks past it, I'm not going to confront them. Like I'm just going to let it go. And I walk by and I see the side alley where the garbage is. And my sign is ripped in half with Jerry Gladstone stuck in a garbage can sticking out.
Give me a luck check, Jerry.
They must have actually read one of your books. Rip stuff. Hey.
All right. So success.
Luck is 50-50 D100, my friend.
Oh, that's right. You rolled a D6. Get that shit out of there, Jerry.
It's
Thanks.
It's 50-50. Well, I can flip a coin.
Well, I suppose, I guess, if that's the way you want to go, that's fine.
Mechanics are mechanics.
Well,
Considering I was the guy just read all of them.
Yeah, Mister. I don't know. Did you just hit your breaking point as well? I don't know.
That's fine.
90.
There you go. All right.
You passed
all day. I'll roll all day.
You passed the first time.
Not a pass.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm not scared of dice.
Want to split hairs here, but hey, if you don't mind sticking to the rules, that would be greatly appreciated.
Hold on, guys.
Just saying. Yes. We got like 200, 300 page rule books for a reason here.
Yes.
All right. So you go there and that's what happens. You look like, you're probably passing by the bookstore looking in the window and you see your reflection. You look like complete garbage. Like you haven't taken a shower. It looks like you've been up for like probably 4 days straight. Although you don't feel that way, right? Necessarily, but you're just kind of discombobulated. Nobody recognizes you. A couple of people have passed you on the street. There's a couple of people in the bookstore, obviously, even maybe a staff member that you might see in the background. But what I wanted to see is if somebody saw you and may have recognized you, which it's almost surreal that you're kind of walking along and you go by the bookstore, see this, and then nobody notices you. Maybe it's one and of the same. Maybe somebody recognized you and you've, found your cardboard standee of Jerry Gladstone holding his book in the garbage ripped in half.
And my phone buzzes yet again. It kept buzzing the whole time I was walking there. And I look at it. I keep scrolling. It is literally like the 30th email from Billy Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
And I don't even look at them. I don't even open them. It's like, can't deal with that right now.
Yeah, text messages, emails, phone calls, missed everything, unread, all from who you probably, like, you can just look at the text message and see.
Oh, yeah, I know who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Billy. Billy High Five. All right,
I wonder
so
if Billy's his real name.
Philly Billy?
I don't know if his name's really Billy. I don't know.
Could be
That's just
Philly
what it
Billy
is.
High Five.
Could be anything.
He's from Philly originally.
Billy from Philly.
So the day, it depends on what you want to do during the day. Like if you have something special that you want to do today, otherwise, you know,
You talking to both of us?
yeah. Like Jerry's at the run, you know, looking at the bookstore, and if you decide like I'm gonna go back to my hotel and I'm gonna relax and try to recuperate, same with Lupita. Certainly fine as if there's anything special that you want to do. But other than like the messages that you've gotten from Billy High Five, it's relatively quiet. Lupita, you're not even in your place. Like you don't even have your phone at this point. But I imagine it.
No.
If you decide to go back to your house or you go somewhere else, I don't even know if you have your keys to your car at this point. You're probably just in your clothes.
Yes. So Canetta is putting a bunch of shit together. She has her coffee. She's starting to collect herself and collect her thoughts and just put it all together, right, as much as she can.
Yeah.
Which includes, you know, she's nearly finished her coffee. She gets up and she starts heading back to her apartment, and she tries to go by a newsstand. So because she doesn't have her phone, she wants to see the date. She wants to know, Sean, how long have we been? Like, has it been one day? Has it been 2 days? Has it been an hour? Is it just the next day?
It's the next day.
Okay.
But
so
part of you is, well, and that's the thing you're trying to put together. It's literally the next day, but you have felt like you have been in that space
for a long time.
For a long time,
yeah.
Kind of. But like the events that occurred didn't take a long time, but there wasn't like you look at a clock, you don't remember what it said. Yeah.
So when Jerry, just real quick, so when Jerry looked at his reflection in the bookstore window,
yes,
did I see 4 days of beard growth on my face?
No.
No.
All
right.
No.
Good call, Jerry.
Good call indeed. Beards don't grow in the night
in
floors.
Space. Impossible to grow beard in space.
Maya's thoughts, Sean, and when she kind of realizes it's the next day and she's starting to kind of get more and more grounded, it's like, all right, this was some like weird hallucination or shared hallucination or whatever it was. We need to get back at this shit. So her thoughts are now like, I got to talk to Jerry. I got to talk to Mantillo, make sure they're okay. And on the way to her apartment, she's going to go around the back of the building and find out, like, is the Yukon parked where she normally parks the vehicle?
Yes.
Because that fucking has her gun in it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I can do luck if you want to. I don't know if she has the car keys.
Yeah, if you wanted the car keys, and you'd usually keep them in your pocket if you leave the apartment. Well, you kind of left in a frenzy.
She did, but I think as you described it, she probably had her jacket on.
Give me a luck check if you got your car keys.
There you go.
That would be a D100.
It's a D100, by the way. /
Thanks. That's good to know. Yeah, she does not have her car keys.
Oh.
Thanks, Lou. That's a punch coming up. So she gets to the back and she's doing one of these in the window, trying to see if, I would imagine though, when she came out of the asylum and tucked her gun, I think I described it as being under the car seat or somewhere where it would be out of the way, so she can't tell if the gun's in there.
Yeah.
So she'll quickly turn and go up to the apartment to get her keys. And if she can't get in the apartment either,
I think you would have just ran out and left the apartment unlocked.
Okay. All right. So she'll let herself back in.
I don't think you were in the frame of mind to grab your keys, lock the door behind you.
Gotcha.
Though some would argue an apartment would just automatically lock
by itself.
Not worried about it.
Okay. All right, so she lets herself back in, and a little more with it now than she was when she woke up. So she'll do, as she grabs her keys, she will do a quick surveil of like, what's up with the apartment? Does it look like she came in here last night like a wreck and like knocked a lamp over and furniture over? Is everything kind of as she would remember it? Right.
It's exactly as if when you left to go to. When did you leave this apartment to go and pick up Mignon?
Well, I think we met here, didn't we? Didn't Jerry come over and all that?
There, and then eventually left. Jerry left. Went to go see his buddy, but you and Mantillo were futzing around with the.
We stayed here. Yeah.
And then Mantillo left.
We ate breakfast. Yeah,
that's right.
We ate breakfast, and we looked at a bag of dirt.
That's right.
That came out of a phone with some weird thing.
It looks exactly like that.
Okay, so the first, where is the phone, guys, with the dirt?
Mantillo took it.
Mantillo like left it or
no.
Whatever.
Mantillo took it out of the apartment because I'm like, what are you gonna do with it? And he's like, I don't care. I'm gonna take it back to my place.
Yeah.
I think
we had thoughts of like taking it to MIT or somewhere, right? We had thoughts of that.
That's yes, but the bug was gonna go to your buddy.
Yes,
Jerry.
Yes.
Yeah, my guy.
Right. Like we gotta go back like as we recorded these and like
I need to watch some of them.
I know.
Yes.
Or listen.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
Been a while.
I was gonna I called my guy at UF.
What's his name?
His name is Reefer Rick.
Reefer Rick, yeah. Reefer Rick makes a reappearance cameo. Yeah.
At the University of Florida. Knows all about bugs. I text him a pic of the bug and leaf.
Yeah, the bugs and
pass it around campus to all the professors.
I thought he was a plant guy, but
he's bugs and buds. Hence the Reefer Rick.
Mostly buds.
So I'm laughing because in real life, I didn't realize I wrote on the back of the Post-it. So I flipped it over. So as I have this in my book walking around, I'm staring at it. I'm like, who is Ed? I gave this to Ed. I'm trying to remember. I'm like, who's this Ed guy? And I flip it over and it says, oh yeah, what do you know about the book? Because I forgot to write that on the original.
Yes, you did.
Oh, to Ed. Yeah.
And that was everybody's suggestion was, hey, why don't you ask him about the book? Not just, hey, making friends. So, I think that is going to make me put things in reference since I'm a book guy and reading that part about, oh yeah, what do you know about the book? I think I'm going to remember Ed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to remember we were looking for a book. It's going to seem definitely real. And I think, no, I know that Jerry is he's going to need the women to help him. I think he's finally realizing that they do some form of grounding for him, like with this whole Delta Green thing that he hasn't been able to come to grips with for 20 years. So he is going to go and same thing he did last time and wait outside the original restaurant that we went to with the invitation. And I figure that's maybe, I know how meticulous Maya is and Tio. I figured let's go to square one. So I'm going to go sit on that same bench with my same doofy hat. Oh,
there you go.
On the bench and just write in my journal and just say, I'm sure one of them will show up eventually.
Okay.
Well, Maya?
Yeah.
So in the apartment, she, discovers the truck is locked, goes up to the apartment, and then incredulously discovers I left my apartment open. Let yourself in. That's not like her. Maya is doing a few rapid fire things here. And in her head, Sean, picture like great big, like pinboard where you're connecting the dots of some horrible murder in the 70s with all the different players and victims and suspects, but it's all in her head. Where she's starting to put together like the people they met in the strange dream-like world, the people in the asylum who may or may not be in on it. So her mind's going a million miles an hour, but she's basically grabbing her keys, grabbing her phone. She's going to go down to the truck and get everything she can out of the Yukon, including her firearm. She had a backpack there. I think she had like her go bag in the truck as well. So she's retrieving all that. While she's going, she's one-handed. She's creating a three-way text between Mantillo, Jerry, and herself. And she's like, "Are you guys okay? Hey, are you guys okay?" Kind of thing, as she's heading down to and back from the truck.
So I've been ignoring every buzz. I've been ignoring every buzz that comes through on my phone as I'm sitting on the bench writing. But eventually, they seem to be more frequent than the regular Billy high fives. So I glance down and I see that Maya texted me like 15 minutes ago. And I was like, okay. And I'll just type in, yes, okay. Where you at?
You just get back my apartment. And is Mantillo involved in this conversation or not, Sean?
Mantillo has not responded yet.
Okay. So has she been to the truck and back by now since Jerry said it was 15 minutes? All right. So she's now got her door in classic big American city fashion locked, like with all four locks. Click, clack, a chain of deadbolts.
What kind of neighborhood does a U.S. Marshal live in, for Pete's sakes?
U.S. Marshals don't make that much money.
They know where to go, where to be, I imagine.
Yeah, true. Fair. So, Jerry, I think you have caught Maya. Maya's now half undressed because she's about to head for the shower for like an hour-long shower. She wants to wash all that shit off. She's got her phone because she's had it in the bathroom with her, and she's like, "Let's, not haven't heard from Mantillo. Let me meet in an hour." And she sends that, and then she starts showering, and she's going to be getting cleaned up, putting on fresh clothes, and just trying to just put all that behind her, basically.
So my response is, okay, I'm at the restaurant.
How did you get there, Jerry?
That's a great question.
I mean, you're. I don't know if you have a rental car, or if you got a cab or Uber.
No, we don't do the rental
Uber
car anymore.
Exist.
No one liked my rental car last time. They thought it was a POS because they all had cop cars. Ooh. I'm gonna say I just took a cab.
Okay.
Uber came to Boston in 2016. There's no Uber.
No Uber.
So
get a taxi.
So.
Okay. How'd you pay for the cab?
I hope I have some money. Do I?
Yeah, you got probably cash and probably credit card, whatever, You're traveling, so.
Yeah, I'm a cash guy, so flip out a couple bills, leave a tip.
All right. Going to you hang out at the restaurant, or are you just hanging out outside?
No, okay. I'm gonna sit on that same bench and
it's the Gateway Bridges restaurant, by the way. Jerry.
Okay.
GBR. It's on the napkin usually.
Yes, it's on the napkin. So I'm just gonna sit there and I'm gonna fill this book. I keep looking up, just hoping to see that Maya is there. The quicker, the better.
Once Maya hears from Jerry, she'll switch her text with Mantillo to just Mantillo only.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not looping Jerry into every single time because, Jerry's on a pretty limited need to know basis for most stuff. So
Nothing changes.
yes.
We go through hell. Nothing changes.
So
how do I earn my stripes?
She's worried about Mantillo. I'm
Give
picturing
me my gun back. I just want my gun back.
That shit's locked away, my friend. I'm picturing her checking her phone right before she gets in the shower. She showers. As soon as she gets out, she checks her phone. Does she know where Mantillo is? And I'm forgetting, was she in town like to visit somebody?
Mantillo owns a cycle shop.
She owns a motorcycle shop. That's right. Would Maya know where that motorcycle shop is?
That is a very good question. And I only wonder because you guys have not been in contact with each other until you met at the GBR. And
want me to roll luck at like -20?
Sure.
All right. I need a 30.
He sounds confident.
I know he does.
How much this? I am so confident.
Unbelievable. Guy rolls a 10. You in conversation somewhere in the drive, catching up. Mantillo's like, yeah, I live right here in Boston. My brother and I've got a cycle shop over on 76th and Grand.
The flashback and Lupita's like, I know where that is. Right. So now flash forward, she's dressed, has her firearm, has her go bag refreshed. She's like on a mission. She's like, she's gonna go meet Jerry, but on the way over, she's going to the motorcycle shop.
Okay.
She's gonna drop by.
Fair enough. You notice that you're really low on gas.
He fills up, dude.
All right, no problem. You fill up. How do you pay for the gas?
A credit card.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
Wait, she uses her corporate credit card.
Corporate credit card. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah,
this is a Marshall vehicle she's got.
Of course.
This uses her. In fact, in 2015, she may even have a gas card.
Gas card. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Government issue gas card.
Yep. So she fills up the truck.
All right. Yep. You go. So you're going to stop at Mantillo's first and then?
She'll text Jerry on my way, checking in on Mantillo first. And then she's going to head to the motorcycle shop. After, she's probably sent 10 texts by now, Mantillo, and realizes that either that she has her phone off or something's wrong.
Sure. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, man, I'm reaching back. I believe Mantillo has a place above the motorcycle shop. I think she lives upstairs, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. In which case,
sounds plausible.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
And you come to the motorcycle shop. You're like, obviously, must be where it is. And you're like, I think they probably live up above. It's probably at this point mid-afternoon, and the place is still open. It's during the week. I think should probably check the date, but regardless, somebody's working on a bike. A younger guy. It's probably in his late 20s, early 30s. The garage door's open. There's a couple bikes outside, and he's the only one that you see. There's no sign of Mantillo that you could tell.
And Mantillo's real name is Samantha Perez, right?
It is, yep.
And I think that based on their prior mission, Sweetness, I think Maya and Perez kind of got to know each other a little bit, so probably they know each other's real names. I think that's right.
As a matter of fact, it would be, yeah, for sure.
So when Maya pulls up, gets out to the guys working on the bikes, and we'll approach him and just say, "Hey, is Perez around here? Sam, have you seen her?"
And as the gentleman kind of turns around and looks at you, you see quite a family resemblance. Like it's like you're talking like
bro.
Almost the male version of Samantha Perez, only a little younger. He's like, nah, she might be upstairs. He's looking around like, You didn't ride up on a motorcycle. He's like, is there something I could help you with?
Agent Maya walks up. She extends her hand. She's like, I'm Kaneda. Shakes his hand. She's like, I'm an old friend of your, maybe your sister, your cousin.
Yeah, no, my sister, Samantha. Yeah, Sam.
So have you? We were out last night, and it got a little crazy. Did you see her come home?
I didn't see her come home. She was gone for a little while, and then I think I heard her bike crank up a little while ago. I opened up the shop. She wasn't down here. Figured she was just off doing something else, and she might have went for a ride. Her bike's not here.
Or her bike's not here. You didn't see it since last night, or yesterday.
No, it was here. It was here. It's been here. So she must have woke up this morning and probably taken off.
Okay. Can you tell her to give my name, like I said, Lupita Canetta. Can you tell her to give Lupita a call? You see her?
Yeah.
Lupita's got a federal marshal card that she gives him. But it actually has a real name and a real number on it.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that. Will do.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
You're sure she's not upstairs?
I mean, you could check. You just want to go up the stairs. I don't think she's there though. She usually, I heard her take off this morning, probably around about 11.
And her bike's not here.
Yeah, there's no reason for her bike to be gone unless she's riding it. So.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I've been trying to reach her by phone as well. So if she calls or comes back, just let her know to give me a ring, okay?
Yeah. No problem. We'll do. No problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
Lupita will head to the restaurant after that.
All right. You arrive at the restaurant. There's Jerry sitting outside the restaurant on the bench, on a little park bench thingy that they've got outside in case it gets a big crowd on a Friday night. And he's got his cool hat on.
And this is the restaurant we originally met in?
Yeah.
And got the mission in?
Yeah.
Yep. God, why'd you go there, Jerry?
All the way back to the beginning. Let's do it up. Let's from the top.
No.
But
before we start though, I want to take a break.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Take 5 minutes.
Let's take 5.
All right. And then Jerry and Maya reunite. So you guys got it all figured out.
Yes. We're on the beach. We're in Maui.
I have it so much figured out that right now I'm rereading the exemplar from the invitation.
Oh God. Now that's probably what Jerry's doing as Maya arrives.
So you see the handler get in his car and drive away, and now you're at the Gateway Bridges restaurant. No, I'm just kidding. Although that would be, I could have probably pulled that off right now, but I didn't.
Yeah, I can just click this red phone button right here, right now, if you want.
Let me reveal mine too. Yes, I can do the same. Click, click. Sean's alone. Oh.
So you pull up the Gateway Bridges restaurant. There is Jerry Gladstone, hat and all.
Maya slams the door to the car. Tweet, tweet. Locks the door. Goes inside. She's like, right away, the whole place gives her a bad vibe.
Well, I think he's outside. Aren't you still, Jerry?
Yeah, no, I'm outside.
Yeah, he's waiting outside.
Yeah, no, I'm sitting on that little bench, the smoker's bench.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on there. Inhaling everyone's secondhand smoke as they come out of the restaurant.
There's no smoking bench. There might be one from before, though. The outside still, Maya's just like, this is where it started. This is where I met the guy who's not really a handler. Exeter. Was that his name? What was his name?
Yep, that's right.
Agent
Exeter.
India Moon doesn't exist.
So, Jerry, you're probably nose deep in your notes, in your book, your writing, whatever you're doing. Maya's just suddenly there standing in front of you. She's like, Jerry, what do you remember?
Hi, Maya. Nice to see you too.
She's looking down the street. She's like avoiding eye contact, looking the other way. What do you remember, Jerry?
He hands her the Post-it to Eddie.
Takes it, looks at it. So this is the one that Eddie gave to you, or that you
This
were
is the
going
one I slid to Eddie.
You would have saw it in the security room when you were.
That's right. She was upstairs.
That was is there anywhere we can talk without the staff being aware? Your buddy Jerry. And oh yeah, what do you know about the book?
So she looks at it. She hands it back and says, "Then you remember."
Sort of. I guess you can call it remembering, or I almost feel like I don't remember more than I remember, which is the problem.
Yeah, join the club. She motions towards the SUV with her head and then turns on her heel and goes. She's like, "Come on, we're going to the asylum."
What?
Come on, get in. She goes around her side, opens the door, gets in.
This is not cool, Maya.
She's in the truck, man. Engine starts up. Power lock. She unlocks the door for you.
Well, I do.
She motions.
Internal monologue. I do not want to be left here alone. I need Maya and Mantillo. I can't be left alone with these thoughts again of all this insanity. I reluctantly go to the passenger side of the SUV, and from instinct, I grab the rear door handle and then realize that Mantillo's not here. So I grab the front door handle and hop up into the SUV.
Maya's giving you the side eye as you're at the back, about to get in the back. Then when you get in the front, she's like, "I'm not your fucking chauffeur. Sit in the front." When you sit in and close the door, she says, "I've been trying to reach Mantillo. I went to her place. She's not around. So her brother thinks she came home. So I guess, like you and I, got back somehow, right? She may have taken her bike out there. We need to go check."
What? I missed my book signings. Like, this is not going to be good. I already looked. I already looked on all the book wholesalers, and there's already people, giving me 1-star reviews for not showing up after they waited to get my book signed. This is not good.
Maya sighs and leans back against the big leather seats in the Yukon. She's like, "Jerry, this is about more than a book signing, man. It was fucked up yesterday. But whatever this is, it like pulled us there on purpose. Us.
The way
because of what happened in New York.
There was 20 years that I haven't had to deal with this. So if we can put this in our rearview mirror for another 20 years, that might take us to the grave, and we'll be fine."
Maybe. We got to find Sam. We got to find Agent Mantillo. Let's make sure that she's not in trouble.
Okay.
That's the
only part of this I agree to. That's the only part I agree about. If it's truly about making sure Mantillo's okay, then sure, why not? But I don't want to be dragged back into that building or any operation, or I'm not cut from the same cloth that you guys are.
I think there's a close up of Maya's face, hard to read. She's just like, "Yeah, that's what it's about. Yeah, for sure." Puts the truck in drive, pulls away from the curb. We're on our way to the asylum, Sean.
All right. As you're going over to the Dorchester House, Maya, your phone rings.
I would imagine this is her regular vehicle, so I would imagine it's all connected up with the Bluetooth in the car. So she'll just answer. Can she tell who it is?
It would come up on the caller ID of the vehicle, right? It would
Likely.
come up
Yep.
on the display. And it looks like it may be from a number that's related to the program.
Oh. Okay. So she's just
it's all asterisks. There's no numbers.
She looks at Jerry and she's just going to be like that. And then she touches on the dash. Agent Maya. She answers.
And there's a click, and then somebody says, looking for a status update on the operation known as India Moon.
Yeah, who is this? She's driving through traffic as she's talking.
Yeah, we are looking for an update.
Does she recognize the voice as either Exeter or from her regular handler?
Not Exeter, but it would have been the one that you called into previously.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So the handler that she's worked with a couple times before. Okay. Oh, or as long as you say not Exeter, that's all she. That's
not
really all she needs.
No.
Yeah. Okay. I think right. We're still investigating. We had some very weird occurrences out at Dorchester House yesterday. There are 3 Delta Green agents on the case, 3 program agents, and one of them we're trying to locate right now.
Can you identify? Situation. Can you? What are the agent code names?
Mignon, myself, Maya, and Mantillo. We're looking for Mantillo.
Agent Mantillo is missing.
I don't know if she's missing. We just are out of touch with her right now. She's not answering her phone, so we're looking for her. What can you tell me about Dorchester House? Have you found out anything about the doctor who runs the place, or about the patients, or the agents who are supposed to be there being treated?
We have some information. We're looking for a time to debrief with you and get further updates.
I would love to do that ASAP. I'm heading back to Dorchester right now to make sure Mantillo is not there.
Actually, in an hour, read at the Trivellino Mall in Uxbridge. It's 50 kilometers southwest of Boston.
So we probably can't get to Dorchester and do that, right?
No. He says 11 p.m.
Oh, so it's getting late at night now?
Well, it's probably, I shouldn't say an hour. I should say he's at 11 o'clock this evening. You know the location? Right now, it's probably time you went to get taken care of and refreshed, and then driven over to Mantillo's, then on the way to the restaurant. It's probably supper time, probably 6, early evening.
Okay.
You still got some time.
The only question I've got is whether we can make it to the Dorchester House to at least ask some questions and then get back on the road for, where did he say we were going to meet? Sorry?
Uxbridge. It's a Trivellino Mall. Trive Lino Mall.
I'm hanging on every word the guy's saying.
He's like, we need all members of the team to be present. So do what you can to find Agent Mantillo.
Okay, we'll do that.
Do I feel like there is anything behind this, or does this sound like a regular, non-emotional operator talking? Only because I'm really good with my humans.
Well, the only drawback with like humans is, I think it's probably made up of like body language and.
Oh no, I totally agree. That's why I'm only hanging on his words. But if it just sounds like operator talk, I'm not gonna.
It's a minus 40. To
Yeah,
humans.
I would say a minus 40 for sure.
All right, so
but I'll give you a roll nonetheless, Lou.
So that's 35.
Because he's gonna freaking crit success it, right? Like,
yeah,
you gonna try. If it was a 44, it would be sad.
Right.
So I'm at 35 now. so I was like,
missed it by 1 point.
That much.
36 of 35.
I kept like every time he was hearing stuff, I was like looking at Maya like, he's lying. And I'm like back and forth, and I'm like, and then at the end I'm like, forget it. I'm like, I don't.
There's probably a couple of swats in there from Maya.
Yeah, like
Jerry, like, shut up.
do you even know this person?
her hand on his face. She's just. All right, we'll do what we can to find Maya. I think she's okay because she's
Mantillo.
I'm sorry, Mantillo. Yeah. I'll just say that I think we can find her, but if we can't, we'll meet you there at 11 o'clock. In the a parking lot. Where will we meet?
So if we don't find her,
we want the team, all and any documentation and copies of all current information. Like, this is going to be a formal debrief. Paperwork, books, any physical clues.
Give them my journal.
Journal.
Lou,
we want Mignon's journal. No, they don't say that.
Lou, are you familiar with a horse bite? Where you grab someone's thigh with your hands at the front of their knee, and you're like, Maya's giving Jerry a horse bite right now.
The problem is, it almost tickles. I'm about to like squeal. That's the problem.
When you're talking, she's like, and then her hand goes to your leg, and it's just.
I literally hide my journal, and I take the post-it stick, and I'm like, I'm getting my stuff.
Stop talking. Little swerving, one-handed swerving in traffic, Sean. Then I think she's like, we'll bring what we have, but we have not had time. We talked before, and we had 48 hours to bring the materials. We're in the middle of the investigation, and we had some very strange things happen last night at Dorchester House that we need to get to the bottom of. But we will tell you everything we know. We'll bring what we have.
Understood. 11 o'clock. Trevellino Mall.
You might want to bring some backup for this hospital. There's something going on there that needs to stop. We'll talk tonight.
I need a gun.
She hangs up the phone.
The phone goes dead. Click.
Okay.
Maya, I'm dead serious. I need a firearm.
Jerry, when I tell you to be quiet, you need to be quiet. They thought I was alone.
They want all of our stuff. What do you think that means? There's going to be no proof of anything.
This is the real program. If they want our stuff, we give it to them. You understand how it works?
Real program, fake program. I don't know.
You worked for them before. You just need to remember.
We lied to them. How are we going to find Mantillo? We have no idea.
What do you mean I lied to them?
You said,
where do you think she went?
Like you misplaced her, like car keys. Like where? What? Don't even
Where do
know.
you think
She
she
could
would
still
have
be
gone?
there. We don't even know.
I bet she went back to the hospital and she's going to put her fist in someone's face if I know Mantillo. After what happened yesterday. We'll talk about your gun later. We'll see if we have time. You don't need a gun. Not to talk to my handler.
At least a taser, something. I need to like.
You got your book. Hit him with your book. Hit him with your bestseller, Jerry. Smack him in the face.
I'm just going to make sure all my pencils are really sharp.
We drive to the asylum, Sean. We
All right.
drive to Dorchester House.
Go to the Dorchester House. Okay. It's probably 7:00 at night.
Maya, why are we here? Can we
Park
just
out front.
wait?
Jerry, don't make me regret picking you up. I could have done this by myself. I wanted to have you with me. We've been through a lot together, right? We need to support one another. I think you know why we're here. For a bike in the parking lot, Sean?
So you have to go through the gated entrance.
Okay. We do.
And as you approach the gate, there is a gatehouse, and it is unmanned because it's 7:00 at night.
Is there like a buzzer?
There is a night buzzer.
We buzz the night buzzer.
Yes.
Hi there. It's Agents Maya and Mignon. We were here yesterday to investigate some goings on inside Dorchester House. What the hell's the doctor's name, guys? Not friend, it's the other guy. Doctor's name is. Come on, Lou, help me out.
Dallin. Richard Dallin.
Dallin. Dr. Dallin. We were working with him yesterday. And
there's no Dr. Dallin here.
Dr. Dallin.
I just like hit her in the shoulder. I'm like,
what is the name of the attending physician, the registrar, the manager who runs the hospital?
Dr. Friend.
Not Dr. Dallin?
Dr. Friend.
Dr. Friend.
We are not going in there. We are not going in there.
Let us buzz you in,
Sean.
And it goes, and the gate opens up.
It opens up, and the color has just drained out of Maya's face.
Give me sanity. Give me both you yahoos. Give me sanity checks.
I push it into park. I push it right into park.
Sanity checks.
Sanity checks.
Maya's only got a 43 now. Nope, less than that. 74.
Right.
I failed.
Damn it.
Boy, no acing every roll this session. Let's see. Right, give me 1d6 rolls for both of you, please. 1 point of sanity. Maya.
It's the breaking point. Oh, Jerry.
Oh, man.
No,
Jerry's
this should be good in the truck.
Jerry's a mess.
Got a 5.
Lou is becoming a mess.
Yes. What's it going to be? And do that temporary sanity thing. It's pretty appropriate. Accept it, struggle, or flee.
No, I'm going to project onto a bond.
Oh, okay.
I have an idea.
Okay.
So I got to roll my D4. Oh, dude, my willpower is just disappearing.
Did you not recover any overnight? Maybe not.
No, you have to go to don't you have to go to psychotherapy or something?
Not for willpower.
No, not for willpower.
Willpower.
It's automatic.
I think you have to rest.
All right, I'll check that in a second. I'm okay. I'm not the one, but okay. So
where are you for willpower?
So I was at 9 of 15 after the last one.
Okay.
So this would be 6 of 15 if I did not gain any back the previous night, or if that even counted as rest. I don't even know. So we'll just leave it at that.
So if you if you get 2, 1 or 2, you have an emotional breakdown.
Yes,
okay.
We're gonna have a problem.
If you hit zero, you lose all control.
So, so as this is happening, my phone is buzzing, but it's a different buzz. It's not Billy High Five.
Right.
It is actually my ex-wife, Valerie Mitchell. And I'm glad the phone is buzzing, because this whole thing, after I put it in park and I look at it, and Valerie is like, "You're screwing this up again. How come you weren't at your book signing?"
No, she got wind of it. Called her wondering where you are.
Yeah. Because I still have a good rapport with her.
Not for long.
It's been going down over the last 20 years. So she's now going to be down to 7. And I did screw up before, maybe more than once, about book signings or being places or oversleeping or
probably with family stuff, like just in general. Like the books probably took a priority, or signings were a priority, and now you're not even showing up to those.
Yeah, this before, way back when it was my archaeology and my, I was supposed to call her, or I would stay on a dig for an extra month and not call her 2 weeks after the plane was supposed to be back in. And she's like frantic, like calling embassies and trying to figure out where I am, or am I dead? And that was probably stressful on our relationship, and it didn't work out. So that happens, and it kind of like snaps me out from what we're doing for a second. I need to make my other sanity check, since I failed the sanity check, to see if I get an episode.
Why do you do that? Why does it change?
When I have a disorder, anytime an agent loses sanity, or anytime I face a trigger that pertains directly to my disorder, I have to make a follow-up sanity roll. If it fails, then the disorder takes over. So that is, it's fun. All right, let's see. Okay.
Better.
Success with a 3. Well done. Way to keep it together, Jerry.
So yeah, you know what? She took me out of the situation right now. So I lost some, and I'm shite. And I'm like, how am I going to deal with this again? Because she helped me. She probably has helped me with my book career to focus and get out of the archaeology stuff. So, yeah.
So just as an FYI, to heal willpower, you just need rest, and then you roll 1d6 to see how high it goes.
Okay. Would you count the sleeping as rest?
Oh, no. Not that sleep.
No, I didn't think so. So I am down to 6 on my willpower.
Okay. I mean, you can sleep now if you'd like, but
no, I'm. So I only lost. That was a 5. So I only lost 2.
I should have probably led with that at the beginning. Like, here's, if you want to heal up willpower.
Yeah, that's fine.
Take some time at the apartment.
I didn't feel like I rested at all.
Yeah, you got to get a full night's sleep.
Well, yeah, we haven't had that.
Okay.
But no more than once in a 24-hour period. And it could also, if you play up one of your personal motivations, you could gain a willpower point.
Okay.
I'm sure you guys know your personal motivations.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So you're at the Dorchester House. Dr. Friend is the one administering and in charge.
The gate.
And they open up the gate and they encourage you to come in. Yes, by all means.
So, Jerry, what's your reaction?
I thought you put the car in park.
I put it in park.
But I mean, past that,
well, then the phone rang, and I kind of went out for a second. I looked, and I was like, "Crap!" And I heard the thing, and I looked back, and I look at you, and you were okay, right? Oh no,
It rattled her for sure.
It rattled her a little bit.
It rattled her for sure. But I think her hand goes back to that big old shifter.
We do not go in that building.
She presses the thumb switch on those big shifters, and she pulls it back into reverse, then into neutral, and then into drive. And she looks at Jerry.
If we do not see Mantillo's bike, we are getting the back alley out of here. All right?
Maya's, she's putting on a brave face right now, putting it in drive, but her heart's like pounding. And
Maya, what is there to think about? There's nothing to think about here.
I'm presuming, Sean, that the scene is dark, right?
Yeah, it's dark. There's like a floodlight, right?
Yeah, and we can see the Dorchester House in the distance, type of thing.
Yeah, a little wind up driveway, and you can see the parking lot off to the left of the entrance.
So Jerry, Maya's clearly not as confident as she usually is, and she's got the car in drive, and she says, "Are we doing this? Are we going back in there?"
No, again, no.
But what if she's in there?
Drive in. If the bike's not there, we turn around. You can hit the gas and blast through this gate. We can get out of here. I'm not worried about being trapped in the parking lot.
Okay.
We don't have to go in.
She swears. So as the accelerator is mashed, big V8 power, she shouts, "Fuck!" and just tears the truck off up the road towards it. Not like out of control, but like, accelerates hard.
Up to the Dorchester House?
Yeah, heading for the parking lot, just like Jerry said, basically. But basically a moment of like indecision, like, I don't want to do this. I think it's like every fiber in her body is telling her to not do this.
Just to make sure Mantillo is or
Mantillo might be there. So she swears, hits the gas, and tears up towards the house.
All right, you go up the drive a little bit. It's kind of a slight slope up to the Dorchester House. It's kind of I think a little bit on a hill, even though I don't know if I described it the first way that way. It looks exactly the same as though that you saw it a day ago.
In the morning when we arrived.
When you arrived, it's only dark. It's got the bright lights outside, and there's the parking lot. There's the main doors. The E-shaped building, it's just ominous feeling. Coming here at night.
And was there anything different about the building, like in the night floors side of it? Was there anything different than around than the building that we originally went to?
There's actually trees in and outside here right now.
It's hard to say because you were never outside during the evening.
Right. How lit up is the place? Can we see attendants inside?
It's pretty decent. I mean, it's not dark. There's some lights on in the within the facility, and even outside there, lights on the corner of the buildings shining down onto the parking lot. It's well lit. Nobody's going to sneak up and not be seen in the bright light that's shining from.
Yeah, I'm sure there's an employee parking lot that's lit up.
Yep.
I was just going to say that the employees probably park in a different spot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably a staff lot over.
But I also assume Maya is driving every inch of the asphalt, making sure there isn't a bike parked anywhere.
Well, I mean, I think are you like blowing through there at like 40, or once you kind of slow down?
Yeah. She blows through at 40 miles an hour up the road to the place. Yeah. But as soon as her, the Yukon's big headlights are like lighting up the visitor parking where we parked before, she's going to slow and we're going to look for the bike. But if the bike is not out front, she is going to try to do like a lap around the place, or however the road is laid out to get to the employee parking. She's going to go there as well.
Okay.
If the bike's not out front.
There's no bike in the parking lot. There's no cars in the parking lot.
No cars.
No cars.
And we know there's no parking garage, so that's weird.
Yeah, it's just a lot. Small lot, but nonetheless a lot.
This is for visitors, remember, Jerry.
Yep.
This is for visitors.
I grab her shirt because I have like an epiphany. And I'm like, oh my God, what if it's the grounds and not just the building?
And as you're talking, you see you're probably kind of, I picture this parking lot as you pull up the hill, and then there's an entrance to your right to the building. The lot starts a little off of that entrance to the building, right? Offset. And there are spots on the left and right, across from each other in parallel, right? Probably even at an angle to some degree. And then you would drive through that down the other side of the driveway and kind of makes a circle back to the gate. And I would imagine you haven't pulled into a parking spot, right? You're probably just...
No, but I bet we have stopped in the parking area.
Yes.
So that we can talk, like Jerry's grabbing her, right?
So you got a couple of slots on your left, a couple of slots on your right, and then there's
and
a
the cars,
few in the front
the
of you.
vehicle is stopped.
And you're stopped in the middle.
Yep.
At the beginning of the parking lot. And as you do, Jerry, specifically, since you're on the right-hand passenger side, you could look right out the mirror, and in the mirror you see a couple individuals come from out of the facility, a couple orderlies, and they're like waving at you and, trying to, they're kind of coming towards your vehicle. And, hey.
I slink down in the chair.
And at this point, Maya, you can hear him. Hey.
So could Jerry actually get out of sight?
I'm not. I'm just making myself small and looking at you like.
So,
Maya, are we gonna go? Or are we?
She power windows down with her console. She power windows his down, or powers down his window, I should say.
Sure.
So the orderlies are coming.
For a second, I hit up, and then she locks it.
Yes.
She hits the lock, and then she controls it.
Yep. So she kind of leans across the center console a bit so they can hear her better. And she says, it's Agent Maya. We're looking for Agent Mantillo. Has she been back since we left yesterday?
Oh yeah, she's inside. Just come on in.
Yeah, she looks at Jerry. She's just like, I don't know. She says, where did she park her bike?
Oh, I'm not sure if she rode her bike in, but we could show her right up to the room.
The room?
Yeah, she's inside in the conference room, right in the inside of the entrance. She's been waiting for you for probably.
Can you do me a favor? I got a phone call to make.
Yeah, just come on in.
Bring her out.
Just come on in.
No, bring her out. She holds up her phone to show them. She's like, I got to make an important phone call before we see her. Just bring her out so I can let her know that we're okay and we can talk for a minute. Okay, just tell her that we're out here in the parking lot.
So one orderly is going around to your side, like from the back of the vehicle, coming up the side to your side.
Jerry hears the power locks go lock like 3 times. Like she's making sure the doors are locked.
I think I'm going to throw up.
And this other guy's like kind of. I mean, he is right outside the passenger side.
Maya, do you have an extra gun in here? Do you have an extra?
Hey, why don't you both come on in?
You stay back from the car. There's a little bit of quickly into her jacket. Her badge flashes, and she's like, "I told you, I have a phone call to make. Go and get Mantillo, bring her out here, so we can see her."
All right, no problem. Not sure where all this hostility is coming from, but no, that's okay.
I open the glove compartment and dig in there looking for a gun.
And the guy that's on the passenger side looks tries to get an angle at the other guy on the other side of the vehicle.
Who's on the driver's side? He kind of gives him one of these nods, and so they're like, so they both go in towards the entrance, and one stays outside the entrance, outside in the lot, staring kind of at you guys, wondering what you're going to do as the other one goes in. It's been time's ticking away. It hasn't been overly long, but they're, that one person's kind of standing in one spot.
Maya, call Mantillo.
So Maya has actually been faking being on the phone.
Sure.
But then she's like, fuck, of course. So she dials Mantillo. I mean, she's tried that before and has been texting her and whatnot. Hasn't gotten through, but does she get through now?
No answer. Voicemail.
So she says that quietly to Jerry. She's just like, she's not answering, man.
I slam the glove compartment closed. I'm like, where do you feds keep your guns in these vehicles?
Jerry, she puts her phone down for a minute. She's like, fucking calm down about the gun. All right. It's not going to help us. We'll talk about that later. Let's figure out where Mantillo is. I'm going to do that other. I'm going to go to that other lot. There's another lot, right? Yet, Sean, that we haven't been to.
There is. And as you look to kind of look forward and towards the lot.
Yeah.
In the evening, it's probably, it's getting dark. It's still kind of, fall, but it doesn't get, too dark, too late. But you hear a siren off in the distance as you have the windows down, really briefly, kind of faint. And the light of what appears probably to be a squad car or an ambulance down, like probably off in the distance past, you've got the Dorchester House and it has the grounds and it's probably off, flickering off the buildings kind of down and outside of the fence. But it seems to be coming, kind of perpendicular to you outside of the fence in a distance. Then it's coming, you could see it kind of make its route around.
So it's off the property, but it's coming maybe to the front gate?
Possibly. And then all of a sudden the siren it's just kind of like a couple chirps here and a couple chirps there. And then it goes quiet, but you can see. And then all of a sudden the light goes off and there seems to be a couple headlights at the gate. And you could see it in your rear view, or if you look over your left shoulder, kind of down the path that you've come up in the drive, that the gate is opening and there's a vehicle there. And you could vaguely see that it's a squad car of some kind.
Okay. Jerry, we're getting out of here. Okay. No more talk about finding guns. Keep your window up. She
and they got
Sean
brights on, bright lights, like cha-chunk, like not the regular normal headlights. They got the old blue light on.
So Maya's going to try to do the lap around the facility to make sure that the bike is not in one of the other lots that we described.
Sure.
And then basically head back for the gate is what she's doing.
Okay.
And I presume one of the orderlies is just still outside watching.
He is.
Okay.
And as you start to roll off, that vehicle,
and she's in no peel out hurry.
Sure.
She's just going to drive, right?
Yeah. And the orderly kind of flags down the other car and starts walking up to it and starts talking. As that car stops, you're kind of at the end of the building, and the lot curves around to the back.
Okay. And would I have to go down there and turn around and come back, or can I circumnavigate and go all the way around the building?
You're not sure.
Okay. So she'll just cruise to the end of that lot. Look, are there some cars in this lot from employees?
So the drive takes you, and it seems to circle around the building, and then it opens up a little bit again to mimic the front lot. But this one's a little bit smaller. Actually, no, it's probably about the same size on the back. But it takes you a little bit because the building's fairly large. I mean, it's 3 floors and pretty wide. But you eventually make your way back there, and there's a few cars back there, none that you recognize, and there's certainly no sign of a motorcycle.
Okay, then she'll just essentially try to keep proceeding around, hopefully getting back to the front, and then either talking with the cops or out the gate, depending on what's happening.
So there's a couple avenues. You can come back the way you came, and then if you were to come back, you could kind of go straight and down to the gate because that circle loop, or you can go around the building. The
ladder.
Okay.
The ladder.
So keep going.
To make sure the bike's not parked somewhere weird.
Sure. Keep going straight. The lot ends, and it becomes more of a 2-lane vehicle side by side, not very wide, sidewalk next to it. And you come around the other building, and as you do, you could see the squad car at the other end, probably going towards you're kind of following you, but they're obviously way behind. They're at the other end of the building. And it kind of picks up the pace as it probably tries to find you. And then
it was going the other way, like the same way that we went.
It was following us around the circle.
Yeah.
So now it's gaining on us.
Yeah, it's trying to kind of boogie around the building to see if they can find you.
Maya, we need to leave.
And the orderly's
staring in the side view mirror.
The orderly's outside, and as he sees you round the corner to go down the driveway that you just came up, he's like, he looks down at the other end of the building and realizes the police are further down, and he's flagging them like this, like, hey.
Not flagging us, flagging the cops.
Right. And then, and then he's kind of like lost. So he's like, hey, and then he waves over at you. Hey, this way, come this way.
Is he in our path, or like,
he's not in your path? He's like,
no, he's just standing outside the building.
He's standing outside the building off to the right, where off to the right side of Mignon, probably.
So this whole way around, I get it. No bike, right? So,
nope.
Maya will drive up so that she's sort of even with the guy, put her window down, and she's not particularly concerned about getting stopped by the cops here, because I don't think we've done anything wrong in her head. But she looks out the window at the orderly and is like, what's with the police?
It's just precaution, not a problem. We just, he's just doing a patrol. So, yeah, nope. Nothing to worry about.
And where's Agent Mantillo?
Inside still. Yep. We just want to go on in and
understand. Great, thanks. We'll be back in the morning. Let her know that we'll be back, and she puts her window up. She's just going to proceed.
Wait. Just hey, hold on a second.
Window's going up.
No, wait. Hold on a second. And he sticks his arm in the window. And he so this is probably on Mignon's side.
Yeah.
And grabs.
Well, she put her window down.
Okay.
And she was talking to him through her window.
Okay. So he's on the driver's side then. Right? Fair?
Okay.
Yes. So he sticks his hand in your window before it hits the top. Like, hold on. And he goes and tries to reach in there. What's your I was going to say
you figure out the specifics of the combat.
Yeah.
She's going to try to finger lock this fucker. Like grab his wrist and like break a finger, like put him into submission as soon as he reaches in.
Okay, nope, that's fair.
Yep. However you want to figure out initiative and surprise and all that kind of stuff.
Well,
Gary, I'm sorry. Look at Lou.
I am literally just. I am.
You can see the exit. The exit's like right there.
It is, and I'm staring in the rear view, watching the squad car get closer and closer and closer.
Yeah. Well,
terrifying.
At this point, you don't see the squad because it's behind the building.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right. So
any minute now. So Jerry,
but I'm staring, knowing it's coming.
He's coming around the corner any minute, like behind you. You're looking at the rear view. You're looking at the
Maya's
orderly.
got that thing under control. I'm not worried about a guy's arm in the window. With the squad car, they're going to have guns, and I don't.
Jerry, we're not going to have a shootout, man.
These aren't even the real cops. This is a bad idea all around.
I mean, what we're doing, Sean.
So I think what we'll do is,
I looked in the back seat, and Agent Mantillo was hiding in the back seat the whole time.
That's right. Next session, Edwin's going to be like, "I've been here the whole time."
She kicks the rear door opening, it just slams the door into the guy.
He's been back there under a blanket.
I'm going to say that he just surprises you by like reaching in the window. I don't think you would expect like what's.
No, she wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
Nope.
And he's trying to do it fast. I mean, it might have been halfway, 3/4 of the way up, but he's just going to try to jam his hand in there. So he's obviously kind of as you still crank up the window with the power. So there's his hand. What are you going to do? What's your action? He doesn't grab you because I think the window is obviously playing a role in his ability to.
He's just gotten his arm in the window, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So her intent here, I mean, she stopped the vehicle. It's not like we're rolling, right? She had stopped, but to put her window down, she was talking to him.
Yep.
Obviously, he came up.
Yeah.
And as she said, we're good. We're going to come back tomorrow. Put the window up, and was halfway up. Arm came in, but she recoils back from his arm. Car's probably not in park. I think it's in drive still, but her foot's on the brake. But this is where she, instincts take over. She's going to grab his wrist and try to put him in a submission hold, like grab a finger or a thumb and bend it backwards. So she has him basically at her mercy, just instinctively.
Are you intending to keep him a hold of him, or are you trying to get his arm out of the window?
She is intending to cause him pain so that he wants to get his arm out of there, and if he wants to try and retract it, he will. Okay. In other words, grab his wrist,
sure,
bend his fingers back, and if he wants to get his arm out, she'll let him go, and that's when we will carry on.
Okay.
But the idea is to cause him pain so he gets his arm out of the window.
That sounds like a plan. I think. Let me see.
Gary is positive that other guy's going to come out of the front door, and the cops are going to roll up, and this is not good.
I can picture some Jerry might do.
Do unarmed combat.
Yep. I think
I'll give you a plus 20 on the roll because his arm is like stuck in a window, power window.
Okay. Is it going to be contested? Because usually combat is in Delta Green.
Yeah, but this is kind of a weird one. Like you're not duking it out. All right. So you succeed.
Yeah, 19.
Yes. Well done.
And she had an 80.
Yeah, I figured.
I bet she does. Sure. That's why I'm not worried about that guy's arm. I'm worried about everyone else.
So she bent the finger back. That pinky went back.
I heard a snap. I did hear a snap. It sounded like a pencil breaking.
His first instinct is to escape the hold. So if you let go, he's just going to pull his arm out. But if you don't, and you're like, I
think you want to snap someone's finger right now.
She wants to break a finger, and then if that makes him retract his arm, she'll let it go. That's what she's doing.
Like he's
breaking a finger.
Yeah,
I love it.
He's gonna try to escape, which is a strength ×5 unarmed check.
So she's gonna let him go if he's going to try to escape.
Yeah, he's gonna try to escape.
Yep. No problem.
Like, hey, here's my arm, rank on it for a while. He's like,
exactly.
No, right. So he
just put it into a meat grinder, my friend.
Yeah, he's an orderly. He's like, ow, So he pulls it out of the window and he's like shaking his hand, the pain off, and says,
window goes up the rest of the way. Go ahead and say what he's saying.
He's like, get out of the car.
He just gives him one of these.
Jerry, you see the police car coming around the building.
And she starts driving again.
Okay.
Maya, punch it.
We're going.
All right.
She's not going to punch it, but she's going to drive for the gate at a regular speed.
So as you are doing that, go through the parking lot or down the path.
The path.
Yeah. The police come up behind you and they hit the lights and they have the floodlight on your car, and they hear you hear the speaking over the loudspeaker that they have in those awesome squad cars. Yep. Put the car in park. Pull
and
over.
This is before we get to the gate.
Stop your vehicle.
To the Dorchester House. How close are we to? How close
probably,
are we to
I'd say probably 60 feet.
Okay, so let me ask this way. Are we halfway to the gate?
Yeah.
A quarter of the way to the gate?
We'll say halfway to the gate.
Okay, if we're halfway to the gate, I think Maya's thinking that's far enough. And she looks at Jerry. She's just like, just follow my lead, Jerry. Say anything. So she pulls over, but Sean's one of those situations where she probably cheats another 25 feet more than she maybe would have.
Sure.
She's just trying to get more distance between herself and the house. But she does pull over.
All right. Because they'll even as you creep, they're like, stop the vehicle.
She stops the vehicle.
Put the vehicle in park. Not that they would be able to tell, but
now, I always have to ask this. We have fake credentials, is that right? Like the Agent Maya thing is an FBI credential, isn't it?
Correct.
Yep. Okay. So she's got her hands on the wheel. She knows the procedure as they approach. She puts the car in park. They can see the brake lights on. Puts it in park. Puts her window down.
Okay.
And waits.
All right. Exit the vehicle.
Exit the vehicle.
Yeah, exit the vehicle. Come out. put your hands outside the window and open.
You have your gun on you?
And open the door.
I do. Sean, I didn't state it explicitly, but Maya pretty much always has her gun, her service weapon on her, right?
Yep.
Okay. Her door will open, and she says, Jerry, just stay right there unless they ask you to exit. Just do what they say, all right? We can get through this. We just got to do what they say. So, kicks her door open, car's in park, slides her feet out, and, you can picture how big this vehicle is, so she kind of has to climb out of it, and has her hands up and says, I'm a federal officer. Let me show you my badge. FBI.
Don't move. Don't move. So they have both doors to the squad car open.
Yep.
One is on the passenger side. One is on the driver's side. Both are behind the doors.
Yep.
And both have their weapons drawn.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. She doesn't like that.
And a big old spotlight on your car. Big old, and the bright lights. Yep.
So they're hard for her to see even. Yeah. But she can tell that they're aiming her weapons. She's like, you don't need your weapons. We're not a threat. I'm a federal officer.
Down on the ground, down on your knees. Face away from us. Face away from the sound of my voice.
What are you doing, Jerry?
You in the vehicle. Put your hands up where we can see them.
Get back in the car.
Put your hands up to the ceiling.
Maya, get back in the car. I put my hand on the shifter.
Hey, put your hands to the ceiling.
We have tinted out windows.
You probably do. But it's a big floodlight.
Driver, get down on your knees.
I open the door and I piak right out the side of the passenger door. My hands are up, so I'm just throwing up.
Maya,
with the door closed?
No, I opened it.
You opened the door so you could puke
up. Yeah, and then I just started throwing up. Because if I puke in Maya's car, she's going to have a problem.
Right.
So,
good call.
Yeah, that'll be a big problem.
I just started throwing
up. So Maya's got her hands up. She's not getting on her knees. She says, I'm a federal officer. Come and check my badge. I'm FBI. What are your names?
Driver, get down on your knees. Keep your hands in the air.
Is there anything surreal or off about this, Sean?
None.
No? Okay. Jerry, are you still in the car?
After I'm done throwing up, I'm going to slowly not step in my puke with my hands up. I tucked my journal in my waistband because I don't go with it anywhere. And I'm just standing there and I'm just looking over at Maya. I'm making sure I have a clear view to her, around the truck or whatever.
So she sees Jerry get out. Everything, she's trying to put two and two together on this, Sean. These are real cops. I don't want to hurt them. Yeah.
I whisper over. I'm like, they probably called and said we escaped.
You got out of the car, Jerry?
Yeah, I'm out of the car.
You passenger, stay in the car.
I have 1 foot.
Stay in the car. Driver, get down on your knees. Face away from my voice. Let's go, driver.
Maya does. Maya gets on her knees and turns around.
Okay.
She says, I am a federal officer. Come and check my badge.
So one of the policemen start walking up. You could tell, you could hear the footsteps.
Yep,
and you could see the shadow of them kind of go past you. And then the other one moves up as well. And he's out by the corner of the car where he's got line of sight to both you and Jerry. And the police officer comes up to you and he holsters his weapon and he takes both your hands and he grabs one, puts a handcuff around it, and then he pulls it around and grabs the other one and puts it in the other handcuff.
Behind her back.
Behind her back.
Okay.
and then says, all right, sit down on your butt. Kind of pulls you back this way to kind of have you sit down.
Okay.
And as
so she's
yep, go ahead.
As she sits down, she cranes her neck to look at the guy. What's the guy look like?
He looks like a Boston City Police Department officer.
Like young guy, veteran, what?
Probably, well, it's night shift-ish, so probably a little younger than the day shifters. Young guys start on the night shift, so he's probably maybe mid-30s.
Okay, so she looking up at him, kind of over her shoulder, hands behind her back. She's like, "Officer, look, I don't know what they've told you. Check my jacket pocket inside here." She's like, motioning to her left breast pocket. Like, my badge is in there. It's the FBI badge for Agent Maya. Pull it out. We are federal officers investigating a crime at this facility.
Yep. No.
Pull it out.
Yep. No problem. Just hold on a second. We're going to get to that. No problem. And he kind of pats you, right? Looking for any weapon or anything. You got your sidearm on you, or is it in the vehicle?
No, it's in her holster. It's in her holster.
On her hip?
Holster. No, like a 70s style
shoulder.
Shoulder sling.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he pats it, and then he's like, all right. And he reaches in to your jacket and grabs that.
Yep.
And he looks at it, and he clears it, dumps out all the bullets, shells, and then puts that in his waistband and behind him. He says, all right, I just wait here for a second. And then he backs up, and then the other guy yells, passenger, sidestep out of the vehicle, face away from my voice, keep your hands in the air. Go ahead, passenger.
So I step out, and that's it. I stand there and don't even say anything.
Okay.
Jerry's in the same clothes he was wearing like 48 hours ago, and
thinking about life decisions
stinking.
Right now.
So does the same type of commands. Take some steps backwards, keep away from the voice, keep your hands in the air, and then once
keep away from the vomit. I got it.
Yeah, he'll get you away from the vomit. Comes back to the back of the vehicle. Come towards the back of the vehicle.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Get down on your knees."
And I look over and I see Maya all cuffed up.
Yep.
I'm like, I just shake my head as I look at her. And I just go along with their.
So that guy comes up while the other one covers him, and then he, grabs one hand, puts handcuff around it, brings it down, brings the other one back down, cuffs it, and pats down your, chest, torso. Are you carrying anything bad, Jerry? No weapon or anything?
No.
He's got his book.
A very sharp pencil.
Yeah, very sharp pencil.
It's very sharp.
All right. So then, all right, we'll end there for the evening.
This has been a Litterbox Studio production.